What is going on, guys? Today we are checking out Player of the Month Salah. I believe he came out about 1 PM. Obviously the next addition to the Premier League Player of the Month. And in terms of kind of player, you can't ask for better, to be fair. I really enjoyed this gold card, and we have, I think, yeah, we've played with both Team of the Weeks. I think we've done a review on his 91. I don't think his 90, we actually did a review. We did use him in draft a couple of weeks later, as obviously he was Team of the Week 1. He is absolutely killing it right now, and probably, you could probably argue best player in the world right now. Honestly, he has been fantastic, and that is coming from a United fan. You cannot argue with Salah's stats, with his goals, and just the play that he does is incredible. And I think the one thing this year I've noticed with Salah is it translates so well. His gold card is quick, his dribbling is absolutely fantastic, he can score, he's just got a lot of everything. The only thing that I've always found wrong with Salah at this point anyway is that freestyle weak foot. I really wish he'd have more, because he is a left-footed right wing, so that almost plays into my style. I have personally Messi untradeable in that right wing in my main team, so obviously again he is very similar, obviously a little bit better on the weak foot, but he is more than likely a dedicated left-footed player. That's just naturally how Messi's played. So a lot of the time I will kind of put him on the left, and then you're kind of unexpected to know what he's going to do. Will he cut back into his right? Because he does have, I think he has the 4-star weak foot. I actually need to check that. But you can go on his left and hit it with his left, or cross as well. So that's personally what I do in certain situations. If I'm finding I'm not getting any luck, he maybe knows that I'm cutting on his left constantly, then that is what I do. And it'd be the same for Salah. If I'm finding that he knows that I'm always cutting in, then obviously you change him, you move him around, you make him guess. So Salah for me is a very good card. His stats are pretty much elite, like you can't argue with them. In terms of chemistry style, we'll be looking at the Hawk, which would give you a +5 on his pace, which already is 93, so that'd go to 97 acceleration and 99 sprint speed, which is just fantastic. We then have some incredible in fact, we're not even going to go in singular. His dribbling is just unreal. 92 being the lowest, average 93, you just can't argue with it. Fantastic stuff indeed. Great stamina, strength is up there, even passing, great short pass. Long pass is looking a bit average, but it definitely is still a very good stat for him. And even his finishing, on the base it's 95. That is absolutely phenomenal for a base 92 card right there. And with the Hawk you'd end up with positioning and finishing both hitting that 99. We'd get the shot power up to 96, and we'd also get a little bit on the physicality, taking that up by +5, also giving you 85 on the jumping and also 86 on the strength. So a very wonderful card. He has got the 2 traits that I like, bar from one that I would have liked as well. We wish we had the flair, but we do have outside of the foot and finesse shots. So 2 very strong traits to have in him. And in terms of the SBC then, because it's not going to come cheap, obviously. I must admit, I did expect him to be a little bit more expensive. Obviously, I was kind of taking note to what Ronaldo was like with all of the SBCs. And I would say, personally looking at him, thinking this guy could be endgame in terms of, you could get this guy all the way to Team of the Season and probably further if you wanted. I genuinely think this card you could carry on with. So you're almost thinking, how much would I pay to get my right wing solid until Team of the Season? And I think a mil is pretty reasonable. Obviously you can do it with untradables. We have just had League SBCs, so that has been added. You can grind these out. You have got 27 days, so I'd probably be looking at doing him. If I'm all honest, I really think this card might be worth it. You got a solid right wing till Team of the Season in your Prem team, or obviously as the bench if you have somebody else you much prefer. If you've got Messi, if you've got maybe I would say Grincha. I personally do think Salah is better, but if you've got the icon there for a reason, obviously you might not be able to change it. But I do think he's probably up there with Messi. I think I personally prefer Messi, but I think that's just more of a name thing than anything. But I can imagine Salah, especially this card, is going to be fantastic. So without further ado, we'll talk about the SBC of the overall. Let's get into some gameplay. Let's see what my man can do. Right, into Salah. Let's see what we can find from him. I've always enjoyed this card. I didn't realise actually that he was left-footed until I think even last year. I've just not took a notice of obviously his preferred foot, and I didn't really use him too much last year, so it's understandable looking for that finesse opportunity, taking a little bit too long, and Jordi Alba is going to take the ball away. But his dribbling is just absolutely mad. He's kind of the next level Prem right wing. I think he is the best by a landslide, to be honest. We will obviously take a comparison at the overall and kind of just see where they kind of stand up to him. But I personally don't think there is better than him at the moment. We're going to find him in here. I'm going to try and kind of pull it back. See what we can find. Little shimmy inside, and Valverde's not going to fall for that one, unfortunately. But with the League SBCs, obviously I do think that it is a very good thing, especially for these player of the months when you have got more time to kind of grind them out. Obviously 27 days is a long time for packs, for upgrades, for everything. So if you have got kind of the time to really grind out, I feel like you could definitely get this done even just through League SBCs and using minimal coins. The only thing that you have got to kind of be considerate with is A, how much you're willing to grind, but also necessarily what else or what other SBCs are you going to want to finish as well. That's going to be the hard part, because we know that we get upgrade SBCs pretty much every promo. We get like what, 4 or 5 over the course of 2 weeks, so you've got to still have enough for all of that. Plus then one of them being quite expensive would always put yourself as well into a more of a higher demand of the 88 rated cards, the 87s. So again, it's going to make it a little bit more tricky. But again, it does depend on, like I say, what you actually want to complete. Are you looking to finish Salah, or are you looking to kind of do him as and when, really? As once you've kind of put in that high rated squad, you kind of almost need to do him, and that's the decision then. I can understand maybe trying an 83 and then thinking I've not necessarily had enough. But if you put an 88 or an 87 in, it'd be a waste not to try and finish him then. So always be sure when doing these SBCs, as yes, there is still players out there that are just as good. Like his gold card is still going to be absolutely fantastic, but it's just not going to be that player of the month standard. Going to find him on the cut in here. It's going to go past the keeper, but Donnarumma was hoping for maybe getting a little Ronaldo chop there, but unfortunately not, because we would have got a bit of a quicker exit in terms of being able to take that shot off them. You always find him here, always really far back, ready to make that run. Going to try and slot him in between Mendy here. He's absolutely paced it. Oh, and he's loving it. He's absolutely loving it. He's still got so much on. Go for the inside, get the finesse, and Kimpembe is going to do what Kimpembe is always fantastic at. The one thing as well with getting obviously a high rated Salah now is the fact that if we was ever to get, say, like a foot birthday Salah, finds the ball in, little dummy, oh, and Aubameyang is going to kill it. But if we do find kind of a high rated Salah now, if he was to ever get a foot birthday, maybe a cheeky 5-star Salah, that card would be incredible and would already have to be at least 93. I'd say it's got to be at least 94. I can't imagine giving a Salah 5-star and not giving him 94 when he's already got a 92. So it will be very interesting to see how he progresses forward, obviously in the form of his life again right now, and really killing it. The one person who I would actually really like to see kind of doing just as well, especially in kind of cards, is definitely my man Mane. Absolutely love that card. He is just an absolute gem. He's just naturally so quick. We're going to look for maybe a different option here. The one thing is, I think with Messi, is he's got a bit better closer ball control. That's kind of what I take away from the difference between the two cards. Obviously both are very good in their own right and what they can do, but I do think Messi has that very close control. That he's a little bit shorter than him, obviously. I think, I don't even know what Salah is. Is he 5'10"? Oh, nearly. He is, I don't even know how tall he is. He is 5'9", so I think Messi's about 5'6". So he does have that kind of lower center of gravity, which does translate to some very good kind of dribbling animations. More the close control, if anything. I think dribbling-wise, as it's overall, he obviously is absolutely fantastic. He's let him have that, and I don't know why he's not gone for the finesse with his left foot. He's decided outside of the foot with his right was the option, and it definitely wasn't. Salah finding it here. Oh, it's found Bernardo Silva. Is going to knock it back to him. He's going to just keep dribbling around everybody. Oh, it's lovely. Can we find a finesse option here? He's showed his hand. He's going to go for that finesse, and it's an absolute cracker. Finding Aubameyang, and it's not necessarily even just the shooting that he can do. The assist that he does put up with as well is fantastic. Mane going for a shot there, but Lopez not going to be fooled there. But in terms of kind of just his overall game, I think in terms of right wings, he's almost the perfect. He's got the pace, the dribbling, obviously a little bit of physicality, more so than what you would find on most wingers, to be honest. Going to find him on the finesse again here. Lopez not going to be fooled too easily. But then you've also got passing. You've got physicality, like I say, is just that little bit better than your average winger. Shooting-wise is good. He's just a very all-round right wing and very, very good at everything in terms of that. I think literally the only thing I think that really kind of lets him down is that weak foot. But again, you can almost move past that at quite a high level still. It wouldn't be well, he wouldn't be used, in fact, if he wasn't necessarily that good. And again, on the pass, he's going to look for Aubameyang on the inside. He's going to go back, and Kimpembe will eventually take that away from him instead. Kimpembe is just in everybody's squad at the moment. And again, he finds him in here. Can we find anything? Kimpembe is not going to do it. Double ball roll into the finesse, and Lopez is going to scramble to the ground quickly to basically just take the ball off his feet. Salah on the spin, does one. Knows that he's going to go there. Was hoping maybe we could have got a free kick to test him out. Over the top of Kimpembe, goes for the volley, and unfortunately for Matip, we are going to roll it past him. An absolute beautiful goal, just unfortunately not the correct finish that we wanted. So going into the overall for Salah then, so 964 on the Xbox, we see there at 889 on the PlayStation and 976 on the PC. And if we look at the cards, so we've got 183 rated squad, 285s, 186, 287s, and an 88. So, to be honest, not necessarily that much. If you do look at Ronaldo's, I know Ronaldo had a lot of kind of lower rated squads in there that bulked it up, and it is kind of Ronaldo. He is the name, if anything. And I think this year, he is very, very good still. Don't get me wrong, I would absolutely take him, but I do think there is better options now, which is absolutely mad to see. Once Team of the Season comes along and all of that, then obviously, yeah, we won't see much more of that. He will be, again, one of the better players to put into your team. But in terms of this card, I think if you're looking at it, the 83 squad should be easy to do. That one should be no kind of qualms there. The 85 should be the next easiest in terms of League SBCs. I think the hardest free that you're going to find in terms of grinding it out without spending too much will be the 88 and the 287s. I think the 86 is just a little bit more of a grind, but you should be able to get that done again relatively easy. It will be just these higher rated just because you need 11 of each. So if, for instance, I look at somebody's kind of squad builder for this one, you've obviously got the likes of Oblak, Lewandowski, both being 91 and 92, and Harry Kane. To manage to get all of them, it's going to be very tricky in League SBC. Granted, you are looking at specials as well, because we know that, for instance, Coates is coming in at 14k, pretty much the same as most, if I can find an 86. Yeah, most 86s are that sort of price anyway, so it is going to be an interesting one to try and get them packed, and then obviously packed 3 times over for the 87s, or 2 of them, and then an 88. But in terms of the grind, 27 days to go, you've got until the 10th of December. I think it's more than possible. If you really want him, I feel like you could definitely do it. That mixed in with rival rewards, in squad battles, in foot champs, in playoffs, there is so much that still gives you enough fodder to get this done easily within a month, and you probably won't have to spend that much, to be honest. In terms of chemistry style, obviously we went with the Hawk. I think it's definitely a perfect one. Gets the pace up to pretty much max. Same with shooting, again, pretty much max, which is just crazy. And like I said, a physicality bonus is that nice one, because you've already got a good amount of dribbling, and to be honest, I would happily sack off the passing to then get these free stats also. Obviously it is what's chosen on Footbin. The next one would be an engine, which obviously 99 dribbling and agility, you get a bit more passing on it, and then kind of pace goes up, so you've got a fight between 95 overall and 94, but I think the shooting is going to be much more better because he is such a clinical finisher. To have it maxed out, you just know you've got no issues with going forward with him. If we are looking at other Prem right wings, just to see how close they are, because obviously this is now the second player of the month we've had. Obviously Salah's taken the first 4 spots, which is just natural. Then we have Joe Cole, probably the second closest, I'd say. Personally, haven't used him a terrible amount. We have got him on the second account, which was from the hero upgrade, which was fantastic, way better than my first one. Obviously Mahrez came out, and I've heard very, very good things about him. We actually do have him, but I think I'd definitely go with Salah, which is a no-brainer. It's either 180k or nearly a mil. And that's the one thing that I do like about Salah, is he is pretty much your end-game right wing. Even if we kind of took away the fact that he is Prem and just went and looked at right wings in general, I just don't think many people are going to be able to compare. I think Best and Garrincha don't compare. I really rate Messi, and that's personally my preference in terms of right wings. But again, I feel like a lot of people will prefer Salah. It's just natural. I think for me, the Messi one is just a 4-star, 4-star. It's absolutely elite, whereas the 4-star, 3-star just is that little bit of a hindrance, if anything. Other than that, I don't think there's many that come close, to be honest. Jaden was great to start with, but now he is literally just fodder. Di Maria didn't get off the door, really. I think... And I suppose JJ Okocha isn't necessarily terrible, but I prefer him as a cam on my personal preference. David Beckham, unfortunately, just doesn't have the pace. I suppose you could say Osman Dembele. In fact, he's actually a really nice right wing, and he does have the 5-star, 5-star, so that is something to look at. Dijan, it was nice, nothing really too much to rave about. Very, very quick, but in terms of kind of the overall package, Salah's definitely going to have more than that. And I think you have got Rodrigo. I feel like if he does go up to an 86, you could probably put him in this debate. But other than that, that's it. And that's the whole right wing database. There is literally 5 players you could probably pick out and think, yeah, they have a shot at being on the same sort of level or not very far away. So overall for me, Salah is obviously coming in at a 10 out of 10. I think the SBC is relatively fair priced. Obviously, because he is endgame, I wouldn't expect him. I was personally thinking it was going to be way over a mil. I really thought that it was definitely going to be. And I can imagine that will only get cheaper as we go into 6 PM with the new content. Obviously, a new promo means more promo packs being opened, which obviously means the market will drop even more, and we will get this guy done for cheaper. So I think most definitely a worthwhile SBC to grind. I wouldn't necessarily pay out straight away. That would be my personal preferences. Now we've got League SBCs. We have a way to grind. So that personally is my review for him. Let me know if you think any different, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.